All right, feel free to enjoy your snack while I tell you a little bit about today's beatitude. But before I tell you what Jesus shared, I want to ask you a question. Have you ever felt really hungry or thirsty? What does that feel like? Have you ever felt that way for something other than food? I sometimes think of hunger as like an ache that you have inside, something that keeps getting stronger and stronger, and you can't ignore it or forget about it. And when you're that hungry or thirsty, it can be the only thing that you can think of. Well, so Jesus talked about hunger and thirst when he shared this beatitude, the one that we're going to talk about now. This is what Jesus said, and see if you can understand it. He said, "Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be filled." We all know a little about feeling hungry or thirsty for food and water, but what does it mean to be hungry for righteousness? Many of the people that were following Jesus, they were really hungry, and they may not have had enough food or water, but their stomachs were not the only parts of them that ached for something. Their hearts were aching for righteousness, and righteousness is just a fancy way of saying justice. The people that were following Jesus wanted things to be right and fair. Jesus spoke to these people who felt that yearning for a better world, for God's kind of world. And he knew their hearts were wanting more and more for their world to be right and fair for everyone. Just like we need food in order to live, we also need love and hope and healthy relationships with each other. Jesus understands these needs. And when we are feeling hungry for the world to be a better place, a healthier place than it is, do you know we can do something each day to help it get a little bit better? This week, I'm going to challenge you to work with me to do something for those in our community who maybe don't have as much as we do. Those who have not had the advantages that we have. I bet at your home when you were a baby, your parents probably had enough diapers and plenty of blankets and wipes for you. They had all that you needed to take good care of you. Do you know there are people living in Richmond, mommies that don't have those things to take care of their babies? Well, Mrs. Radji, that is James and Hannah Rose and Caroline's mom, she works for an organization called Little Hands, and they help these moms and babies. And I want us to join together to help them too. I asked Miss Radji if she could tell you a little bit about what they need and what they do for the community. And as she's talking, I want you to think of one way that you can do something to help. And when you've chosen that way, I want you to take a picture or get a parent to take a picture of you helping. All right, so if you click the link below, Miss Radji will tell you a little bit about our challenge and what Little Hands needs from you and me.